Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. Today, we're going to be trading live after the first trading day after the war, which will be interesting. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so please seek the advice of someone licensed before you try to emulate or copy any of this. You can pretty much find me in the mornings trading if you want to trade along with me. It is free to trade along. Make sure you read this disclaimer. And let's get into it right now. There I am. Okay. Good morning again, everyone. So this is the professor with Day Trading for Success. And I'm looking at stuff we're just talking about with everybody. I have a crowd here on Zoom. I have a crowd here on YouTube. We're just talking about what to do because normally we're trading a range. And we're looking for a slow consolidation between a high and a low. We look for channels, ceilings, and floors. And I always say don't trade something that has a catalyst. That's a different type of trading. Well, the whole market has a catalyst today. So what do we do if we want to attempt to trade something? You could walk away, but you might be walking away for 2 or 3 weeks because, you know, this isn't going to end quickly, I don't think. It could be many months. Who knows, right? So we want to try to adapt and find something that we can do. We're going to be looking at energy stocks, defense stocks this morning. Maybe I might go back to the same old. I mean, the scanner, the number 3 scanner that I coded in is basically 50K per 1 minute candlestick. It has to have between $25 and $200. Let me just make sure it's doing that. Yeah, it seems like it in price. Market cap 2 billion or more, ATR above 1.5, 50K volume per 1 minute. So with that in mind, in this coded scanner, here's what came up. We have a bunch of oil, energy stocks in here, as well as some of the same old players that we normally get. So these are the ones we're probably going to be looking at. Interesting, Uber's up there. So, and then on the other one that I programmed or coded in, which is the consolidation scanner, that is priced between $25 and $400, 100K volume or more per 1 minute candle, ATR above 2. I actually think I changed this to be above to $500, but here's all that's come up. And these are sort of the same players that we would normally trade. Tesla, Apple, AMD's not on here this morning. NVIDIA, AMD hit the other scanner, so its volume has gone down. So we may look at these to see if they're leveling out. I have a large cap movers watch list as well that just kind of lists what I end up going back to, and of course the SPY and the Q, which are both supposed to go down today, but who knows if it's going to be. So let's get it. Let's read the news that we have here, and then I'm going to try to pick a stock to look at the open. But as you know, I don't recommend that you ever trade the open or the closing of the market. It's very, very risky. That doesn't mean I won't do it. I just don't think you should do it unless you can really afford to lose, and you're okay with high risk, and you're not going to have a heart attack. Which, by the way, someone had at the gym yesterday that I was working at Planet Fitness, and that was not a good omen when you're working out. But anyway, if you're of a certain age, like me, you don't like to see guys drop from heart attacks when they're working out and trying to better themselves. All right, so here's what the bias is calling for based on the data that she's put together, some of the other guys here in the studio. Again, nobody really knows what we can do here, but it's saying NVIDIA is short, Tesla short, Amazon short, Apple short, Intel short, AMD short, Palantir short, Netflix short, Google short, Baba short, TSM short, MU short, Cisco CSCO neutral, Oracle neutral, Uber short. It must have been bad news on Uber. I didn't really get that. SPY down is short, and QQQ down is short. Yeah, I'm not going to get into this. Some of the defense stocks we want to look at: Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon Technologies, General Dynamics, L3 Harris Technologies. They're all long. So I have put them into here just so because they didn't all hit the scanner, so I put them in here. Like here's one of them. Let's look at a 5-minute here on these. So you can see they jumped up. But look at the average 1-minute volume, right? So unless something radically changes today, we would not want to get anywhere near this stock because it's not going to move the way we want it to move. What's the spread on it? Well, of course, it's pre-market. But I bet the spread's going to be crazy. So probably that's not one. How about LMT? Let's take a look at LMT here. Lockheed Martin. Nope, it's really, you can see the spike when the war was announced. Any kind of a catalyst is terrible. I hate war for obviously the reasons everybody else does, a loss of life. But particularly with the market, it's so hard to call. Because you don't know when it's going to end. The timing is just... So let's try NOC, Northrop Grumman, because we're looking to see if any of these potentially have normal volume that we can trade, and they do not. That's per 1-minute candle. That's horrendous. So one trader, could do 5,000 shares, so it's just not, it's not cool. Let's see about RTX. Did I miss it? Oh, here it is. That's a little better. That might be one to look at. That's Raytheon Technology. I remember I used to do a lot of work with them way back when in the day. How about L3 Harris, LHX? I don't even know what that is. That's probably why. So the defense ones are tricky. Maybe Raytheon. And then our fuel ones, our energy ones. Not fuel. Guys, where did you put those? Oh, here we go. So XOM, Exxon, and I have traded this before without a. There it is. Okay. Without a war, so that spiked way up, and now they're all correcting and taking. People took profit. So you got to be really, really careful. I can't mark historical data on these. I mean, we could look at day charts. I just did that a minute ago before I came on with everybody, just the group that was here earlier. And I put some fibs in, and as I was discussing, look at my messages pouring in. Geez. As I was discussing, we can't trust anything. We have to see the data. That's the great thing about scalping, though, of course, on day trading, is you're just in the moment, and you're looking in the moment, and you're making a decision, a short-term decision. I put out a video yesterday about VWAP. Hope you guys watched it. There's a lot of misconceptions about how a VWAP can help you, so I hope you guys should catch that video. I just put that out yesterday. Chevron. So this one is doable. Look at the volume here. So Exxon's definitely doable to look at. It would be one of the main ones I'd want to look at this morning. Let's look at the day chart on that. Wow. So there's no historical data anytime recently. So we're right down where it kind of, I mean, it didn't, it hit a low there, but I think it's kind of there again. Now, I'm looking at this strictly for scalping and, you know, day trading, not swing, looking at this for swings. It's a whole different thing, guys. So if you're watching this and you're expecting me to call it a trade for a long term to hold, I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to come up, like if this came down and hit anywhere near here, probably, maybe we call it 146 actually. So the 146 level possibly could give it support. It'd be something to watch if we're trading it. And we're getting good volume. Let's try, did we do Chevron already? I don't think we did, so that's, here we go. Chevron's volume is what? Not as good for sure. Let's take a look at the day on it. Wow. So similar, that same situation when that news was coming out before. So we're kind of at a potential support, but it did go all. I don't even want to mark that day. That's not good enough to mark on that. How about OXY? I moved them all over here earlier, so our volume's about the same. What is the day? So everything's going to be spiked up. So yeah, those are ATR levels, so I have to be careful thinking that that's an actual bottom of a candlestick. So there's that big gap up, but that's not really a support level. I like this one because it's so low priced that a lot of people might come into it. So we might want to watch that too. You know, more retail traders could hit it. Seems like they got the clock fixed again. Thank goodness. Let me check your lag, guys. I'll go up to the spread and mark it, so I'll count there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's all running around 4 seconds. All right, let's try APA, another energy stock. Yeah, we're getting worse as far as the volume. Any one of these could just take off, though. This has got a little bit better data here. We're way up here, though. So I was going to say, like, right here would be a spot to watch. But I don't think it's going to get down that. Well, that's not very far. Let me put that in for a day. Yeah, cheap stock. So we'll call it 27 even. Just want to make sure I don't miss that I'm marking days, not like 5 minutes back, a 5-minute chart, you know. So that's way down. I don't know if we'll see that here. Yeah, there it is. That's not that far, actually. Depending on how it moves. And we have FANG, Diamondback Energy. I was looking at that earlier. Yeah, that's not even too low a volume for 1 minute candle. That's pretty much the big boys. So possibly Exxon. Was it Exxon or was it CVX? Which one was the one that was Chevron or Exxon that we were looking at here? It's Exxon. Yeah, Chevron didn't hit the Chevron did not hit the scanners, but Exxon did. That means it had enough volume to do that. What the heck's going on with Uber? Oh, Uber fell off. Okay, it's not on the scanners anymore. I was like, why? Did Uber have some news I didn't hear about? Oh. Okay, so I've got to figure out what I want to watch at the open. Oh, I see I'm missing news here. It's not a good day to not have the news up. Well, this is just a no-brainer. I was looking at the radar of the Strait of Hormuz or whatever it was, and they didn't have any fuel carriers in. It was literally shut down, and they're not giving insurance to these, all the carriers that carry the oil, all the transport freighters. So, and captains are afraid, and of course the company, if they're not insured, they lose everything. Nobody's picking that up for them. So nobody's going to run oil through there, so that means prices are going to go up, which they already did, at least for so many days, and people are saying that a barrel could hit $100. Who knows? We don't know. But I think that it's something we should be watching for opportunities with a biased long today. Again, I don't normally, this is not a strategy that I show here to make a living, where you trade on a catalyst. We're supposed to be like the tortoise traders, where you're going real slow to win the race. And by the way, this month we're going to be doing pay your mortgage. I guess the average mortgage is $2,200 a month. So that's the theme, is we just want to go for $2,200 this month, with trading about an hour a day or less. So that's roughly at a 20 trading days, just over $100. So 100 to 150, if you can do it, you should be able to pay an average mortgage. However, yours could be more, yours could be less. I don't know. We're going by an average. I had ideas of maybe doing a week at Disney. It just doesn't seem right in view of the war right now. I just didn't want to make a happy-go-lucky a goal. So we're gonna just okay, hang on guys, I've got to look at this. I'm getting some pretty important messages I don't normally deal with. Okay, that's all I can do for that. Sorry. We got about 9 minutes till market opens, and I have still no idea what I want to do here. So I guess I'll go to Exxon and see what it looks like at the open. I guess I have a 146 dip line here. I don't have any other historical data to go by. Let me look at the 5-minute here again, just to make sure where was it before it took off. So way down here, this is what the price was supposed to be worth about. Way down there, 153. So now we had some post-market profit taking, and it dropped down to 157. We'll call it 157.50. Again, weak, but something. I don't know. We'll call this 52. That's 50 cents as well. because the even and half and whole dollars are important levels to think. So those are the two levels I have. It makes no sense to mark a Fibonacci on this. It will not work at all. There's no back testing on huge moves up or down that show fibs being anywhere more than 50%. Like, in other words, 50-50. So they do have a peak right here, which is interesting. Maybe I'll mark that too, 65.50. So I'm just marking this for the open, and then I'll look, if nothing's happening here, I'll look around, and then I might as well mark the high too. So, because if it got up there in a big spike, most likely it would stop right there too. I'm not rounding that because that's the high. So that's about all I can do, and that ain't much. That's kind of weak. But you never know that one of these levels could possibly be respected at the open. Now, your breakout strategies aren't going to work either. Like if you're trading the day trading volume 4 breakout strategies, the 4, and they have the 5 with the Holy Grail, I would not trust those this morning at all. But you know, you do what you want to do. Now, one of the things I added here is because I was getting asked for it a lot of the other traders use this, is the level 2 breakout. I've been reading the level 2 a lot on large caps, and you know, people wanted the breakout up here. So this is quite helpful level 2 custom indicator. And it'll tell you when stuff's being absorbed, and it'll give you the color of the direction they think that it's going to go once the price action's been absorbed. Now I've changed this a bit specifically for YouTube Shorts. So if you're wondering why this is different, that's why. So we have on here the basic market pulse. We have here also what is happening on an average 1 day, 1 minute candle, and 10-day over a 10-day period, 1 minute candle. And then you have the 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour candle showing you what everybody else is looking at on those directions. You have the trend ADX down here. And right now, nothing's happening with that. And then, of course, we have the Scalp Pro Streamline meter down here on a 1 minute chart. This is a 5 minute chart. We have another 5 minute 2-day chart down here. This is the day chart here. This is our news. Yeah, it's just the basic news we all know. And then, of course, on my 1 minute chart over here, I have the risk range. Target range thing, which is very, very helpful as you start to trade to see what your range you should go for, as well as the TD Ameritrade made it on here, huh? Oh, that's the old scanner. Oh, interesting. I'll leave it there for now. But there's a lot of scalp, but they're not normally from they usually say $1 Million Margin Club MMC, since I am a coder, so they start with me before they're sold. You know, for ThinkorSwim. All right, so we are 3 minutes away. Let's see what's going, 3.5 minutes. Let's see what's going to happen here now. Pre-market, you got the MACD sent it down, relative strength index, the buy-sell oscillator sent it up. This is your volume profile, which is also over here too, which is the market magnet, which is a bit more accurate than just the regular volume profile. It's tweaked for scalping, so that'll be on this chart as well. Let's get this 5 minute zoomed in. I don't know how long we'll be on this chart. I mean, this will all change every time I switch stocks. So I did some levels here, and in anticipation, our Scalp Pro meter is going to really help us much until we get a little bit further deeper into the market. And we're just about 2.5 minutes away. Anything else I need to know? Big defense stocks, LMT, NOC, and RTX are still the big defense stocks to watch today. So we might want to take a look at those. They didn't have the volume, so we're going to start with Exxon just to see if we get some spikes here. Oh, let's get it down. I'll take it down to 50. I have no idea what's going to happen here as far as price. I'm not used to trading this stock, so we'll keep it tight with 50 shares. It's a cheap enough stock for if you've got your account on margin. So let's see how we roll today, guys. Good luck, everybody. 1 minute to go. And we're ready to rock and roll on this day where we have a new war. I always think of that Kelly's Heroes movie where Carol O'Connor is the general and he's going, the game's on. He's listening to the war on the radio. Don't bother me. The game's on. We gamify everything, right? That was back in the 70s when they made that movie, wasn't it? Or maybe 80s. All righty, guys. 20 seconds. There's our ranges that may or may not be respected. I'm going to go just market. I didn't even put the others up here. Okay, the half and whole dollars filled in. What's our volume? Not much. This is not moving like a normal stock we would trade for sure. Big spread, 41 cents. God, I probably should have ask and bid with this spread, huh? All right, so this is going so slow that yeah, doesn't even make sense. You gotta be kidding me. Nvidia's going up. Oops. Took my eye off that. So there was a potential support right there. If I dare risk it here. It went down. I missed it. Boy. Went right back up. Well, I was busy with my scanner and I missed this trade. That would have been some money. It's a whole dollar almost, right? And there it goes. Is it going to go back down? Give me a chance down there. I will buy it if it goes back down there again. I see a lot of price action coming in above that price. Look at that come in. My God. Magnet pulled down. Look at that price action coming in, guys. on the market magnet. Whoa. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot, guys. That could be a bit risky if it just plummets back down. So we're in a trade, just 50 shares. I think people are taking some profits here. I don't want to get too deep in the hole on this thing. I kind of miss not having my 15-minute chart here. Yeah, I'm going to get out of this soon. This is not looking good. That's a new low. Yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm out. I'm out for $80 loss. All right, so it seems like people aren't having confidence in energy prices going up. There's our ATR. Of course, they'd already broken out of the ATRs. Now that I'm out, it's safe to go back up. All right, so my open trade was awful. It did not work. Let me straighten out my other scanner here, guys, for just a minute. For some reason, it didn't have the open on these, so I need to have the open and then where it is right now so I can see the direction it's going. So NVIDIA is up $4. AMD is up $1. We might want to go back to our tried and true. Tesla's up $3. Apple's even. Amazon's up $3. So what are the SPY? What's the SPY doing? SPY's down. QQQ's way down. So the big tech stocks are not going the way of the market. But they did go down quite a bit, so. Yep, so look at that, it came back. I don't think this is one I'm going to want to trade for a consolidation type situation. Let's take a look at AMD. Again, this has got old levels that are, or did I just mark these today? I can't remember. Did I just set these up today? Yeah, I guess I did. Okay. So, wow. Look at that, how that fib got respected there. So it's at 190 now, it looks like. Is that true, AMD? No, it's at 194 right now. Okay, so it hit that fib and turned right around. It's going up. Let's see if we can get this to consolidate. So I'm already $80 in the hole. I'm not liking the way this new layout's set up for me, but wow, look at it go. So it broke the ATR. I mean, the price is so cheap for AMD. It's crazy cheap. I mean, people are finally recognizing how cheap this is and going up on it. Yeah, so it hit that. That's a day level it hit, guys. Right there. So there's the ATR, and it does seem like it needs to break that. There's the magnet just came up. So yeah, we've got something to trade here so far. So let's just see if we can get something out of this. That's at the 80-cent mark. I'll take that. All right, so we're going to go in and hoping that the ATR gives it support. almost took that $20 trade. It's hitting the top of that magnet, a market magnet, and turning around. So we need to get a big push up there. Yeah, I should have taken that 20 bucks. So is this going to end up being a ceiling, the ATR? That's the RV strategy ATR, so that's hitting the 9 moving average and the 20. It looked like it was going to really break out, so I held it. You know, more normally I would have taken that profit, because that's good enough for a strike recoil profit. Let's see what we look like on the meter down here. Yeah, now my layout's really sensitive, so you're going to see these spikes. I call them shadow wicks. Man, that was it, huh? Now it's going to fall off. I mean, everything's going down. Oh, nope, the SPY's up now. Oh, so is the QQ. Did I read something wrong? I think I read it wrong. I was reading the close. Oh my God, this is not going well. All right, so let me see if I will add to this. Let me just see. So that's your day number there. It seems to be stalling at it. Stalling at the 193. Sellers are really strong still. I'm going to go ahead and add there. So I now have 100 shares. I'm at 93.90, looking for a recovery up to 94. Man, it's hurting me again. It's going to be one of those days I got to dig out of. I was telling you, like, I was worried about trading today because it's just so hard to call stuff. And you should be short biased, and it was convincing me otherwise here in the beginning because it's such a cheap price for this stock. Yeah, my max share size on this is 1. Well, there isn't a max because I'm already I'm only trading on margin, so I can go higher on this, and I will go all in and try to recover. If it hits this fib at 91, I'll go all in and give it a shot. I don't have a pattern to read yet. I'm thinking that this price is so good, people are going to realize that. That's basically what I'm going on, and I'm hoping for some support down here to show that. Okay. So I'm $1.50 off where I want to be. Here's a little bit of a turnaround. Let's see if we get it. We want to break through that day, which is 193.50. I'd like to see it break that and not use it as a resistance. There's the VWAP there too as well. Yeah, ExxonMobil's still going down. So I called that one wrong, thinking it would go up. Oil stocks they've always been tricky to trade. Energy stocks, always tricky. Yeah, here we go. Come on now. You're not making a bear flag. You're just going straight up now. $0.50 is the resistance. We want to see it break the 50-cent mark here, right here. And it looks like it's going to do it. Hit it a couple times on the ask here. I was watching. No, we don't want to see you turn around there. We want to see you go up. Let's break that 50 cents, and I have confidence this will be a winning trade. I'm not overly concerned. So let's see if we get it very soon here. Let's get a big spike up here. Let's go. I like to get back up to the ATR, which would be a nice trade, and make up for that ExxonMobil trade, which did not go my way. All right, here we go, guys. We're almost back to green. There we are, green, just like that. I will be doing market here on these trades, and I'm going to hold it a little longer, even though I had a profit there. I really want to see it get back to where it was. There's the MACD right there, sending it down over here. That's 6 minutes ago. But here we go. One big push up. There's the magnet right there from the market magnet. I don't think I was being greedy to hold out for where it should go, which is up here. But now it seems to be fading, so a little tiny concern. Little tiny. Not a big one. Little tiny. Oh, no. Don't do that. Staying in this trade, waiting for it to make its correct move. It's getting better. Showing me profit now. Showing me profit. Big push here. Big push. Get up there. I'll probably take profit soon here, guys. It's just the way that it's slowing down is a little concerning. So let's see if we can just get it. Maybe 40, 50 bucks here. Oh, don't do that. Oh, it's dying. Oh, the magnet pulled. There, did you see the magnet move? All right, so we want to jump off. So the buyers were higher as volume went up. And you see a lot of price action coming in on the volume profile market magnet right there. Tweaked for a 1-minute chart for scalping. And man, that is twice now that it's played these reindeer games here. So let's get this. Now it's using the 93.50 as support. Buyers did go down there though, so that's if you look at the pro meter here, the buyers did go down there, so that's a little. We want to see that. See how the volume dropped. There we go. One more big. We'll take that. All right, 42 bucks on that trade. And I think it might fade off that ATR, so that's why I didn't want to wait too long. So the ATR price is 194.76 for the RV strategy. See if it breaks down there again. I'll go short up there if it hits up there. So the relative strength index is turning it around. And there it went. So it tapped that ATR level and turned right around. Just like I thought it might, but I didn't get in it fast enough. Let's get in this. Let me put in a custom over here too, guys. So ATR, multiple range, no labels. Big mess, big mess. Just take me a minute to get this corrected. It is hitting the ATR as a solid resistance, as you can see there. The ATR is now marked from the RV, and you couldn't see it before if you were watching this on a 60-second. So now you can see it, and I called that it would go reverse there, and it did. I didn't take the trade. So now we're making kind of a flat top here on the 1 minute chart. So here's our ask. The market maker price is right here. That's what I would get trading market in that split second, depending if there's a delay or not. I'd like to see it go hit it again, and then I would go short, but I'm not going to go short down here. Here's what I'm going to get. So I want, oh, there it is. I'm going to take that. What did I get that at? 84. Not exactly where I wanted it. I'm just going to get out real quick. So it was supposed to be $54. That's what they took from me. Is they took like $8 on that trade. Yeah, I didn't get it as high as I wanted to get it, and then I want to get out quick because of that. Because it didn't fill me where I wanted, and then it didn't fill me where I wanted to sell it. So it hurt me both ways. And that's the problem with trading market, that sometimes that happens. Really using that ATR as a resistance, and there it goes. Looking for a recoil here, guys. We'll see. If it bangs way up, I'll try to get a recoil. It's using the ATR as a support now. Again, we're way lower than what this stock should be priced at. Seems like the market isn't exactly dropping straight down because of the war, that's for sure. What's MU doing? Yeah, that's way up to 413. Nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to go long off this ATR if it gives me another chance. 76. Oh, there was 75 cents. That was right at it. $86. Looking at the market maker right there, guys. So we can get it. We can get a nice trade off this ATR. 50 shares. Look at it just bounce here. So it's just giving us all these opportunities. Really using the even dollar. This is marking the even dollar. All these gray lines are half an even dollar. So I'm going to take, oh, that went way too high. That went way too high. I'm going to just get out of that trade. Yeah, I lost $2. You see it picked me at 94 and I saw it at 76. 22 cents worse than what I wanted. So yeah, that's makes you want to do ask and bid again, right? All right. What did it give me to? 59. Right as it breaks it, I get into it. We're waiting for it to go back up and reclaim that ATR and boost forward. That's what we're looking for. we're kind of getting some of the consolidating action that we look for, right? So that's good. It seems to be giving us opportunities here. What's our volume here? Pretty weak, huh? Sellers are dropping down, so I'm not worried about this going down. You see the sellers are literally dropping down if you look at the Scalp Pro. See how weak it is? So this should turn around here. People don't want to go short. They want to go long. So we're just waiting for that to realize itself on price action. Oh, that's not good. Sellers are getting stronger now, as you can see. And the volume went up as it went down, so that's going to trap me in this position for a bit. So we'll look to add at the 93.50 if it gets that low. But it's turning back around. Yeah, we don't have our we've got to mark the other stuff here, so I've got that on the other 1 minute chart, but I need to do some EMAs and the VWAP so you guys can see that what I'm seeing. So you're not necessarily seeing everything I'm seeing. So if you're just stuck with this quad here. Well, kind of holding me hostage here for slow trades. Holding at the 94 seems to be consolidating. Volumes continuing to drop a bit. I'm going to make some changes when I'm out of this trade to the layout. Nvidia is back up to 179 from its open of 175. I'm looking to add to this to get into 2/3 of my position so I get a better price point, but I need it to get down a little lower for me to add to it. It's moving fast too. It was at 52 cents for a second there. There we go. All right, so now I've got it at 37. Taking a chance as it goes down, obviously. Looking for this to respect this level and turn back around. And hope it doesn't get me in the whole market starts fading here again. So why that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do here's our VWAP, and then this is going to be a I want to make that like a light gray, and then we're going to go to the 20. I'm okay, guys. I'm not worried about my position really. It's just short money, but not everybody might not feel that way. So be careful, have your max loss. And what am I at? Well, I was green again for a split second there. So it did seem to hold that level. It came back up. Now we can see our moving averages and our VWAP over here as it plummets. Oh, AMD, good news at 924 for AMD. So that's why it's moving around. World's first Copilot plus AI desktop chips. So that's good, unless the whole market going down affects it. SPY's still up $4. QQQ's up $6 from the open. Apple's up. All this stuff from this rebuilt layout. I've got all these things I don't want on here. There we go. That's why I was reading the wrong thing. I had to close and the open, then the mark. So we're waiting for some of these trades to play out, like this one. I'm keeping an eye on the whole market by looking at the scanners and what the current price of all these large and mega caps are and how they've moved from the open. Thinking I'd like to add to this position again at this level. Maybe 50 shares. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm at 93.88 now. So I'm right here to get a profit at 150 shares. I was watching the buyers swing up and it just looked like it was about to go. So I decided to add to it to try to make a little bit bigger money. And we just got to wait it out. So my position is getting worse. My position is 93. Like right here. There's my position on this chart. Well, on both charts. And back in the green. For the day, anyway. Now let's wait it out to get some actual profit here. I'm kind of fixing this layout as we go on here, which is a little aggravating. All right, so we got up to 74 there. And let me do something else. So we're going to get rid of the reverse. We're going to have put in buy the bid, below cancel all, and sell the ask. So if you didn't know, you can just drag that stuff over right where you want them. Okay. So I just in case, I wanted to give me some other options there. Now I got out of that a little soon, but I wasn't getting greedy, making the money. So we're almost even from what I lost on that other trade. Went back down to a share size that I can scale into. Again, it's not you know, you got to figure out your best way to trade. This is very low risk for me. The share size is very low, but I'm taking into account what you guys, you want the trades to win. So these trades, as you know, I traded 90 plus accuracy, and I did miss like a, well, I actually missed a $2 trade. So I'm only actually running at about 50% right now. But in the end, if you're green, it works for you. I was just thinking about, I lost like a $2 trade because they filled me badly. And then I lost that bigger trade at Chevron. So I've only taken a couple of other trades. So, you know, it's not my best day by far. Yeah, let me get a good look at, I'm kind of stuck on this right now. I like the fact that we have this ATR level and this day level. So that's why I've kind of stayed here for this. Let me just see. Apple might be doing something really good too. It's staying within a buck if it's open. MU went up to 414. Now it's back down to 410. Tesla's $6 up. Okay, that seems to be my normal go-to. Why don't we take a look at that? Is this going to fade off this again? Jeez, I should just go short here, huh? Let's wait a second longer. At the 50-cent mark, huh? There it goes. That's up at 78. I'm going to go ahead and go short there. I got it at 70 cents. And I'm going to wait for a bigger drop here. Let's see if it breaks back down where it was. That seems to be what it's doing. So I'm going short, and I'll add up here probably 95.50 if it goes that far. Where it stopped before was 95.29. So, yep, getting myself back in trouble again. So we're looking for this to reverse and break back down through the ATR, which is this red level here for the RV strategy ATR, which is half of the actual ATR one way in one direction. I always think to myself, why didn't you wait a little longer before you shorted, you know? But you just don't know that it's going to keep going, you know? You just don't know. So you got to get in. Didn't want to miss the trade if it broke down because it kept breaking down off this level. So I didn't want to miss it. And that level's just 6 cents above me right now. That's where that 94.76 is the level that it should have reversed at. So I got a little bit below it. Or it might have reversed at. So that's a reversal sign right there. Doji or Rickshaw Man on the 1 minute. Got the market magnet stopping it here. Set for a large cap range, over $25 billion market cap, and giving you the range in there that it should go. But now it's hurting me again. 50 cents. Wow, I almost did it. It was at 48. It was really tempting there. To add up to 100 shares. Take it. Oh, God, that filled me. Terrible fill. Terrible fill. 95.03. So I barely got anything out of that trade. Because did you see how long it took to fill me? That was a terrible fill. Yeah, now it's hurting me. Well, you know, I believe that it is worth more. The way it was moving, it just didn't seem like it was going to move up quite like this, but we'll give it a chance. Let it reverse. Haven't lost faith yet that it will go back down. Looking for 96 to add in if it hits 96. So wait for a retracement from 96 if it ever gets up there. Or unless it decides to drop now and make me some money right now. It's a nice, slow, steady climb. It's a little scary to stay short with it. Sellers are increasing, which is a good sign. If you look down here, the sellers are increasing. Holding the 95.50, pretty firm here. That helped it, huh? Nope, there it goes. 95.50 was support for a minute there. Then it broke down off of it. And now it's back above it again. VWAP, the bulk of the money's down here. The VWAP is not pulling up with it. As you could see, it's way down here, so that's your institutional money still. So although it's starting to trend up, it should pull it back. God, that took forever to fill me again. So now I'm 200 shares and I'm at 95.40. So we're looking for a big dip down here to get me out of this. So I'm right down here. My position's right here. It was just there a second ago. So we don't need much to make me money, as I'm right in this area here. 95.40 right there, 43. We're 200 shares now. Not what I want to see. I don't want to see it break that 96. Again, most of your volume, most of your shares are way lower still. So no reason to panic. It should come right back down here. Just got to wait it out. Give it a minute here. Or not. Don't break the 96. Stop that. Should be a nice big dip to make some money here. It wants to do it. You can see it wants to do it. I'm looking at the market maker. I'm just going to make some money. I'm not going to try to wait for a long retracement if it gives me the opportunity here. Getting very close now. Those dips are getting lower lows. They say, like, you got to get out so we can continue going down. There it goes. There's some, it was almost profitable. There's profit. Give me a little swing down there, a little bit bigger than that. I'll take, that was more than that I thought I had. But anyway, so we made it a winning trade. As painful as it was, we made it a winning trade. Now I'm looking to buy it. Just want to see if it, and you'll see MACD sent it down. Uh-oh, not good. That's going to keep going down then. I should have hung on to that. Let's see if we can get down to, I'm still trading this darn thing. I didn't go over to another stock. I mean, we're in the green for sure today. I just, again, today is a pretty dicey day at the market, guys. Which is the one that I was going to go over to? It was, yeah, MU's coming back down. It was Tesla, right? So Tesla is $7 up. It's heading back toward its 400 level. Yeah, I should have gone in there. Thought about it, but the way that the MACD sent it down, but see how the MACD disappeared, so it didn't close with the MACD. All these things are wrong. I want to get the right feel off because I don't have the right indicators here. Like the TD, I haven't had that in forever. Remember that, guys? Did you have this when it wasn't Charles Schwab? Wasn't really that long ago. Yeah, this one has the streamlined over here. This one didn't for some reason. I don't know why. When you get this from the $1 Million Margins Club, you get all these different versions. I don't really like the meter as much because it just takes up too much space. This has got what I really need to read off of it. $95. That's tempting, guys. That was tempting to get it at the 95. Hit the 86 for a second. 80, okay. I went in at 82. Wow, did you see how long that was? So lame that it took that long to fill me like that. So I got it at 82, which is above the ATR slightly, right? Yeah. So I'm looking for this to be support. That's why I went in. It was like, don't miss that trade, so I went into it. Lowered the share size again. Gives me time to add to it, scale into it. Maybe I would do that down here. And then I'll go over and look at Tesla. I'm taking one more trade here. Break above that ATR. There you go. Go back up. We're going up. We're going to have a winning trade here. It's looking good. It's only 50 shares. You're not going for a lot of money on these. You just slow and steady wins the race, right? Slow and steady. So this month we're going for an average mortgage payment, which is roughly $2,200. So anywhere between $2,200 and $2,500 would be great. Some of you may have higher mortgage, some of you may have lower mortgage. That's the nation's average was $2,200 when I looked that up. Pay your mortgage trading with the professor. That sounds like a thumbnail. Spiked to 195 for a split second there and then came back down. Man, at least the volume's picking up a little bit. Last time I looked here, it was like in the 70K range. I keep looking at sell the ask because it's robbing me so much on these market orders. But then, sure enough, it won't fill in, right? It won't fill me if I do it. So, all right. So volume's coming in here. Magnet's going to pull up. When you see volume coming across, the magnet pulls up, right? And then it's like a springboard. That's a really great indicator to get the market magnet. So, stalled. It stalled. It was coming in. There it comes. So let's see if this comes across, and people see this previous price action different ways, and they typically trade off of it. So we're looking to trade with the crowd. Boy, it's holding, the ATR is holding it like a ceiling here instead of hoping it would be a floor and push it up. But here comes this price action. So now that could slowly, you can see the VWAP starting to pull up a little bit here. Now, here we go, more and more. Just give it a second. The magnet's going to pull up. Just give it a second as it comes in here. So you see the magnet pull up, and then like a springboard, the price action will go up with it. A lot of people would add right here in anticipation of this happening. So I'm trying to see if there's any other indicators. I mean, the sellers did take the top of the scalp pro meter here. So we need, this candle says it all. Now, so it ended up as a doji right here. The magnet did pull up, so it should go. We just have to wait a second. See, here's the magnet now. So it pulled up right where our price is. So it should spring it up now. That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking with it. That's my story. Confidence will move this stock forward. That's what we're going to do. We're hanging right on to it. There's the wing. Here's the prayer. Wing and a prayer. Come on. Oh, this is taking too long. I definitely want to switch to Tesla. I'm an ice cube chewer. My mother got me to, she always would chew ice, and then some people think it as being very rude to chew ice or bad for your teeth. I'm careful when I chew it, but it is a habit. It's a habit that I do. There we go. Yay. I wanted to make $100. All right, so we got out on that one. Let me take a look at Tesla. So that did work, that trade, which was great. We'll go into Tesla here. So it's a long buy. Oh, it's almost to 400. That's the number I would think it could stall at. So let's take a look at that. All right, so there's our Tesla. Let me get it up here too, then I'll straighten it out on the big chart. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's easier on the big chart to get things looking good. All right, what do we have here now? So 399.22, that's its high. The market magnet's marking the high there. So, wow. It's a big rejection candle there. Look at that reject, huh? 22. I'm actually going to go in there, guys. I'm going into that trade. Looking for a recovery up, back up to the 398, 399 in that area. Let's get up there a bit, make some money on Tesla. First trade on Tesla should have been 20, but it only gave me 14, but at least it filled me and didn't get greedy. We're looking at it. I learned earlier, don't trade the oil stocks. So I'm going to start marking some historical data based on what I see short term here. That wasn't quite a tweezer move, but it's more of a smoothing level. So 98.27 is a smoothing level, not something you should really respect. It just gives me an idea of where recent price action had some stalling. I'm going to do something here. Put in a custom so there's the whole and half dollars, and we're almost out of their range already because they come in with a $10 range. But I wanted to get it on this chart too, so we could see see it over here too. No, don't do that. Stop that. Okay. All right, let's see here. Look at that inverted hammer, dragonfly, doji, all those different things, whatever you want to call it, showing you that it wants to reverse on the 1 minute. That's this one right here. It's really getting some support at that 97.50 mark. Gonna want to buy it there, I think, if it hits there. I'm looking at the market maker right there. We're looking for something like 97.50 to go long. So that's what I'm looking for now. If it goes down there. Low share size, 50 shares. It's not going down. So it's just playing off that smoothing level. There it goes. RSI is sending it back down. That's that right there, the buy-sell oscillator. There she goes. So anywhere near 400 will absolutely be a short if it gets that high. Yeah, so the news is the EV sales slow dramatically in China, in Chinese EV sales. What does that mean for Tesla stock? You would think that means good for Tesla stock. MU's all the way back down to 401. So it went up to 414, a $13 swing, and came all the way back down to 401, which is weird because the chip stocks are going up, and you need what MU has. Nvidia's broken the 180 mark again, 181. What happened with ExxonMobil? It kept going down. See. It's so hard to call unless you get the initial spike, the announcement of the. Gee, you think the Trump guys knew before the investors knew before they announced there's about to be a bombing? Do you think they knew to get into the energy stocks? I'm going to go out on a limb and say they knew. That's what I'm going to do. It's a pretty corrupt world out there, guys. That's why scalping's pretty safe. You just see what's in the moment and react and then get out and don't hold it. I am holding a couple swings as I hypocritically say that, but keep your share size under margin, and then you just wait out the shenanigans, right? Excuse me. Kind of looking for a bigger dip. Okay, there are a lot of strike and recoil opportunities here. I'm not taking because I was kind of waiting out bigger moves, but maybe I should just start getting into the strike and recoil. And what that really means is you're looking for a price action to go really quick one way, up or down, and you go the opposite direction for just a few seconds. That's the strike is the direction of the move. The recoil seems to always happen with these large and mega cap stocks. You don't want to get greedy. You want 10 cents, 20 cents, get in and out with your 50, 100 or 200 shares, whatever you might have. You're pocketing that small amount of money. Before you know it, you have $100, $200, $500 a day, and it adds up. This month we're going for the mortgage, which is an average of $2,200, and we're going to get there. Like last month we made our goal. Averaging over 100 a day, and it was I didn't even trade like 6 of those. Whoa, what was that? You guys see that? Where did that end? My God, that was a big dump by somebody. There's no way we could have captured that. Now I have a real sensitive layout. I'm not sure everybody's got that, but that's what I call a shadow wick, because you have to be a shadow person to get it. You have to be of another world or something, because you don't get to get those things. Way down there, $90.50. Wouldn't it be lovely to have picked up a buy down there and then it have go all the way up there in the same second, you know? You're like, I just made $3,000. How did that happen? All right, so it's really stalling here. Now I'm looking to go short as we get up here. Right at the $99, $3.99, seems to be stalling there. Already was a great 50-cent recoil right there at the 99, which I did not get, so I'll look for it this time if it does it again. Although volume is picking up, as you can see, volume picked up as it was going up here, and it's still quite a few seconds before this closes. So man, I wish I would have got it up there, huh? Definitely going to get it the next time it goes up there. So it's at 48 cents. Looking right here. Looking for it to get to $3.99 again, guys, right there. And we'll go short. Just 50 shares. Now it's a question of, do I want to go long as it hits down to $3.98, which is down here, the dollar, even dollar mark down here, which would be, it seems to be slowing down right down there. So 398's a long, 399's a short. It's getting close to 398. Hit it at like 32 cents here. Nope, it's just grinding right between the level. $0.10. Got me at 10 cents. Wait a second. Give it a recoil. A little bit bigger recoil. Try to give a little bit bigger recoil. So that got me like, I don't know what that, $16. It was a bit of a recoil. So now let's look for a couple more of those. So buying down again near the 398 to try to catch the recoil. What'd that get me at? 09. We're looking for a recoil back up. I'm only in 1/3 of my position. Actually, 1/6 of my position. I can go 300 shares of this in case I want to add as it comes down. It's getting late to catch this one recoil, so you have options here of getting out for a lesser loss or waiting it out in case, you know, it goes against you. So it's just very grinding right here at this level, right at the 398 level. I've got it at 398.09, not worried. Here's our bigger picture here. Had a bit of a tweezer move right there. Actually, it's at that level already. Yeah. Looking for the recoil here. My resistance or support line kind of threw me off there for a second. I was like, what are you looking at exactly? I had a trade there for a minute and I let it go. So let's get a little bit bigger recoil here. More than $4. More than $9. There. Oh. Yeah, I hit it at $12 and then look, for 50 shares, guys, we're not going for a lot of money here. So I'm just trying to snag the little wins as I can, and then they add up to big wins. Okay. So now as we go up toward 399, got me at 399.16. Not bad. Assuming it's not deciding to break out, that's a really good recoil price. Now it needs to pull down and give us some money. Grab 50 shares at 399.16, looking for the recoil and giving me at least a double digit. Come on, baby. Here we go. Come to the professor. You know you want to give him some money. Here we go. Getting a little bit more. Add a little bit more to the day's total. Pull back. You want to pull down and give us a decent trade here. The MACD is sending it up. You can see that. I went for that. All right, so we got it up to 47 on this stock. What was the other one we were trading? Was it AMD? Oh, yeah. So we're 147 then. Okay. So then we have, where was I just at? Tesla. And then we have one loss, which means we're not up quite as much here. So we need to grind a little longer to get to where we need to get. Every time I change stocks, then everything goes haywire on my chart. But this is working. We're finding its range, and we're just popping in and out. I'm going to get rid of these smoothing levels because they're not really doing anything for us right now. Let me get the MACD in here. Just want to make sure I'm getting the right one here. I think this one with no alerts what I want. And of course it messed up my whole charts again, so. Oh, wow. Missing that move, huh? Maybe that's a good thing. Because I might have just taken that short right away. And I'm definitely thinking about it now at the 400. Yeah, I'm going to go short there. So I went short at the 4. I went 410. So I'm assuming it's going to do a big fall off of it. We didn't just get new news, did we? No. That's the same story again. Oops, I meant to buy there. What am I doing here? Yeah, that was a little bit of a winning trade, but not much. All right, so watch what I'm doing here. So there's our level. So now it didn't really drop much off the 400, so I'm a little worried about going long right here. It's like I'm dealing with two different of the exact same thing here. So we're almost broke out of the half and whole dollars based on a $10 move. So yeah, Tesla's way up today. So Tesla's up today. Yeah, $10 exactly. Yeah, this kind of called it right for me, so I didn't have to do that. And Nvidia is up $5. MU is flat. It was up $14 at one point. Kind of worried about this because of the strength of this move to go short. I'm waiting this out a minute. No new news, nothing new on Benzinga. So, yeah, we're getting late into the trading session where I do need to switch. We made money today. We're doing good today. A little bit more to work toward our monthly goal. I will use the $400 as a support now if we get down there. I have to tell you, it's a little early. There it goes. So it's just going straight up. It's always a danger chasing this type of a thing. I'm looking to buy down here. All right, I'm going to go in there. 41. I'm just looking for a quick recoil. That's all. Because it might make a bigger move down here. So I don't want to get greedy. I just want to see something that's going to get me some money here. I've got it at 441 cents. Looking for another big move up. It hit all the way up to 80 cents there. There was a trade there. It was pretty small, but it was green. Remember, market's going to hurt me and you if you're using market, but you will get filled. It's always slippage though on market. Plus Tesla's moving so fast. You kind of want to get it on a bump up and then sell as it's bumping up. Yeah, look at your market maker. There we go. Went down right as I pressed it. Yeah, it would have been like $75. I'm trying to get to that with the loss of the oil company, get to the clear goal today between the two. Which I think is only about $10 away, if I recall. So it is staying at this 400, which is expected. So look at the bigger picture. One of the things I'm going to add to this is a 15-minute chart. Maybe I'll add it over here. Although there's room on the 5-minute here. I just liked looking at the bigger picture. I got used to that. So it's really holding that 450, as you can see. That's the 50-cent mark right there. This is every half and whole dollar, so that is where the crowd trades, so it's a good idea to mark those. There we go, it's going down now. Real recoil opportunities like crazy here. You know, 10 to 15 cents on a regular basis here. It's just the market seems to shave 3 cents each way, so it's like, and if I do ask and bid, I won't get picked up, and it's just like, I could raise share size, and then I'd be assured that those little 7-cent moves are more money, you know. Hope you guys are doing good over there. We've had a pretty good day calling these. Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to get impatient and call it at a wrong entry point. There's a new high. Okay, so anywhere near 401. I already had the recoil there. Missed it. Now, it's the same thing as a retrace, only the recoil is tiny amounts of money, you know. That's why, like a snake striking and then it recoils to strike again. Yeah, I saw it hit that new high on the market maker. No way I could have captured it. Man, I'll tell you, it's pounding up. I should just grab the buy on the dip here. There it goes. Give me another dip. Give me another dip. That's not much of a dip, guys. A little dip. I'm not going to get greedy here. 74 cents. I don't know what it would have given me. All right, I'm going to go for it. What did I get it at? 81? I think it's going to pound up, so I'm going to try to just take the recoil up, not down. I mean, up from not waiting for the lower entry. Get back up into the 90 cent. There we go. It was there for a split second. We're playing this right at the high, so it's definitely risky. I just want to get into a trade here. Not going for a lot of money, but it can hurt me, and then I have to go for more money on the next trade. So wow, it's just stalling. Come on, you need a little bigger move here, guys. There we go. I'll just take that small amount. That was $4. Looking for a little bit better dip this time. There's a MACD sending it down. You see that wide arrow? That's a sign that it's going to go a little deeper here. It's a great indicator to get. It keeps telling you no. EMA crossovers are telling you no. That must be the 14 crossing. Is that what it is? Yeah. Ooh, boy. Look at that, huh? Already had the recoil from 25. Yeah, I don't want to short this. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to short it. Looking for a dip down to 401 now to buy. 401 to buy. It's grinding really slow, even though it's got some pretty decent volume. See how the volume went up? It was 84 on the last candle. It's not giving me opportunities to get a dip here. Look at Tesla go, huh? I'm chasing it if I buy it here. A little risky to chase it. $78. Then it gives me the dip. You nasty Tesla god. Let's wait it out. It's going back up, guys. Looking a little deeper there. Yeah, it's going up. If you look at the level 2, it's definitely showing signs of recovery, so that's why I did that. And I got a higher share size in here. Looking for a big move up here. Get back up to where we were. To the 80, 90 cent range here. There it goes. Swailing up. One big boom. We'll take that. It was 20, then it cut me down. So we know we've made our goal today between the two winning stocks. So guys, I hope you saw what I was doing there, and you are doing okay. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember, trade in a simulator first if you're new here, and make sure you get green in a simulator, and always speak to somebody licensed and not just somebody on YouTube like me before you try to trade with real money. But yeah, we did our goal. It's a good start of the month to make our mortgage payment. So thanks for being here, guys, and I will see you soon. Go green.